We are on day 3. Yeah, I was going to say day 2. It's day 3 already, isn't it? Of 2000 Trees, and we are now joined by Blank Atlas. How are you guys doing?
Hey! Hello.
I should be the one cheering you, shouldn't I? You shouldn't cheer yourselves.
Just a one person cheering, just like a normal gig.
I mean, you did open at 10:30. I mean, we didn't make it down because I was still asleep. I apologise.
Don't blame me.
But how was that? Because that's a scary slot to have, isn't it?
Well, luckily there was no clashes, so we had that in our upper hand. But yeah, we were surprised with the turnout. To be fair, we thought it'd be empty, but it was full. So that was great. Definitely the biggest crowd we played for ever.
That's a good start.
We were super chuffed with it. Yeah, it was great. Couldn't have asked for a better turnout, to be honest.
See, yeah, no clashes helps, doesn't it?
That does help. That was nice.
But 10:30, that's impressive to get people out and early coming down.
Yeah. It's just I didn't expect to ever be playing anything that early, but yeah. Well, it's hard singing that early. I had to get up super early so I could kind of feel like I hadn't just rolled out of my tent.
Yeah, I mean, our friends did come and make it because they're staying on site, and they did say the harmonies are ridiculous. That was the text I got. It was a Black Atlas, harmonies ridiculous. I was like,
oh,
good. For you.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'll take that.
So for people that haven't maybe heard of you guys before, I mean, I do like the fact that you're for fans of is McFly to Meshuggah. So is that how you would describe yourselves?
We sort of say, if you like McFly and Meshuggah, then you're probably going to like our band. If you like one of those bands and not the other, you're probably not going to like us.
To be the weird sort of person that likes both, like we do.
See, no, I like that. Yeah. I can see, maybe if you are a fan of just McFly, maybe not so much. Maybe so.
Yeah, we've got some poppy choruses and stuff. I feel like maybe right. I feel like the really like old Meshuggah fans would be like, "What is this nonsense?"
Yeah, we'd have a hard time with the proper Meshuggah fans, I think.
But I do like the fact that it's very cross genre, because
Yeah.
you can't. I think that's quite a spectrum, McFly to Meshuggah.
Yeah, well, we all like, 2000 Treesy kind of music, but you two especially listen to loads of pop, and I listen to heavier music as well. So we just want to do it all. Ideally we'd be in like loads of bands with different genres, being a pop band, and who's got the time?
All the money.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But there is one question I'm asking every band this weekend, which is, who was the band for you that got you into alternative music?
Or alternative music.
I reckon this sort of scene, this UK alt rock scene, is definitely Preston Miko for me. It's opened the door. Like when I found Preston Miko, then I would like follow them, and they would like say all the bands that we were playing with, like Arcane Roots and Black Peaks and all those sort of bands. And now I've got a better music taste because of it. And now and it made us a better band.
Really did.
We were really bad before. Now we're all right.
What are you?
Maybe a band called Lost Alone.
Okay.
Yeah, I found them in like maybe 2012 on Scuzz, I think.
Nice.
And I thought, they're pretty good. And they got harmonies as well, and they got riffs. Very good. Would recommend.
I think for me, I used to love, like my favorite genre for years was kind of like download main stage kind of bands, like Iron Maiden, like Avenged Sevenfold, stuff like that. I think the band that kind of got me to kind of scratch under the surface a little bit more, not necessarily like a small band at all, but like got me to kind of pay attention to like the UK alternative scene was Enter Shikari. And just kind of like how they were independent and always bigging up new bands and bringing cool bands on tour with them and stuff. It kind of got me to kind of like pay attention more to like what was really going on under the surface.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about how much I love Enter Shikari forever, because they are just incredible.
Yeah, they're the kings.
They're a band that just don't care about genres, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they put us to shame. Yeah.
They're like, what are we doing today? I don't know, some hip hop maybe, some dance. Let's just chuck it all in.
That classical number on the second to last album, that was great.
Yeah, but I love that though, and I love that from what I've heard of you guys. That's kind of what you do. It's like, yeah, we have our sort of sound, but it's not really defined exactly. Like, the whole McFly to Meshuggah thing is kind of a bit extreme, but actually you kind of do waver in that. Like, yeah, we got some really ridiculously heavy bits, and then some, like you said, some really poppy choruses.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little hard to be like, we might write a song that feels a bit too different, and we're like, oh, is this us? But then we'll just put it on the out. Like Problems, for example, is very pop punky, and it has, you know, lyrically and everything, it feels very different to how we normally kind of write music. But we just stuck on the album and people love it, and it's become just another little kind of bit of our sound that we can do more of that later if we want to.
Yeah, I definitely made sure that there was lots of songs on the album that was completely different, because especially like the slower, like ballady songs. I've got a song called Surrender, which is like electronic ballad, and I wanted to make sure there's a song on the album with a song like that on there, so we can like do that and people don't complain. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, they've changed. No, we've always had songs like that.
Eventually we'll do a whole album that sounds like that, and then
And no one will buy it.
I'll buy it.
we would love it though.
Because I actually think it's ridiculously hard to incorporate pop into metal. And when bands can do it well, when you can have a really heavy section and then an actual proper pop chorus, that's insane and like ridiculously hard to do.
There are bands that do like, it's like full metal and then full pop, like Issues and stuff like that.
As well.
Yeah, Sleep Token as well. I think that's kind of cool, but I feel like with us, I like to kind of blur the edges a little bit, where it's like there's a poppy chorus going on top of a more metally riff thing. I think it's the blends that I enjoy more. I think there's a place for like full metal and then full pop. I think we do that sometimes, but yeah, it's blurring the lines that I can't.
But yeah, that blurring line, I think that's what Architects are doing at the moment with like
Yeah,
some of their choruses,
yeah.
like ridiculously like catchy poppy melody, but then just a disgustingly heavy riff.
Yes,
on it,
I love that stuff. Yeah,
those blurring the edges. I think that's the really difficult place to be, because it's so hard to be like, because pop melodies is hard to do anyway, and then a nice chuggy riff. You're like, right, how do we blend these together? Like, how do we smash the Spice Girls?
We just chuck it all together and hope for the best, to be honest.
Yeah, we do.
Usually it turns out for the best.
We do what's called we call it a melody shootout. But when we're writing music, we'll have a chorus or a riff or something that we want a melody over. We'll just take turns just singing like la da da dee da da boo over the top, and until it's good.
And we like just blend all the melody shootouts into a good melody.
Comp the shootout.
Comp the shootout into a good melody.
Yeah.
What's the worst melody you've come up with that did not make it past the first stage?
Oh, there's an enormous pile of melodies that didn't make it.
There are literally thousands. I've got like literally thousands of voice memos on my phone that will never see the light of day.
Yeah, it's just you and an acoustic guitar. Like, I wrote a song. Sounds a bit like Weezer.
I'll show you this song, Kraz. I'll listen to it. I'll listen and I go, and I just stop it halfway through.
The best you can hope for is me to go, might have potential.
Yeah. And if I start playing it halfway through, then it's like literally, will never see the light of day.
So you've just got voice notes. Why didn't you just delete them? Or is it just so you go, I'll make sure I'll never go back to that again?
Never.
Just in case I come back, listen to it, and go, oh, this is a great song.
Isn't that how This Mountain came about? Because you had the voice memo for years and years, and you forgot about it, and you went back to it, and you realised, oh, that's a decent chorus, and then it ended up being on the album. So
There you go. You never know when that might happen again.
So there is some gold sat there, you just don't know it.
I just got to dig for it occasionally when the time comes.
Snuffle through the dirt like a truffle pig.
So what is next for you guys? Obviously, we've got 2 fast streets. Because you played yesterday, so have you been able to explore a little bit and actually catch some bands for yourselves?
Yeah, we've been here since the Wednesday, so we've been just like we said before, we've been coming here for years as punters, so we were going to be here anyway. We're excited to see all the bands that are playing, so yeah, we got it straight away on the Wednesday. Been watching bands since then. Going to keep doing that all weekend. It's going to be great.
Who's your favourite band you've seen so far? The favourite set so far?
My favourite was probably the Excerpts on Wednesday playing There's Only You in Full, which is probably one of my favourite albums of all time.
Nice.
It was very good, and it was unexpected as well.
Yeah.
That was very good. That's definitely my highlight of the weekend so far. I didn't expect to do that in full. It was amazing. Shout out to Vower though. They were very, very good. Especially seeing it was their 3rd gig ever. It was insanely tight.
yeah, well, we were saying earlier, Kids in Glass Houses yesterday was really good. Nice and wholesome, nostalgic. And the weather was really nice as well. It was good vibes.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
It was a bit too sunny, I thought.
All right, can't please everyone, can you?
I didn't have my sunglasses. I definitely could have done with that. Or a hat. I was worried about the back of my neck.
So why you got to use sun cream? Right. Yeah, so what's next for you guys after this weekend? What the rest of the summer looking like for
The
you?
next gig is we're playing Burn It Down Festival down in Torquay at the end of August, and then we're going to do another run of dates end of the year that's still to be announced, and we'll just keep trying to write some new stuff.
Another single probably before the end of the year, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Concur.
I agree.
Correct.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys, and have an amazing rest of 2000 Trees.
You
Thank you.
too. Thanks for having us, man.
Cheers.
Simon.